With threats to our nation waiting around every corner, adaptability is more important than ever. When conditions change without notice, quick strategic thinking is crucial. And with obstacles consistently impending, determination is essential in overcoming them. It's this willingness, decisiveness, and resilience that sets Marines apart. With our fighting spirit, we don't just fight battles, we win them. Marines are the constant our nation counts on to fight the unknown. And through adaptable problem solving, we do just that. Learn more at marines.com.
But you got to enjoy the journey. And I don't want to say embrace the grind. That cliche gets thrown out all the time. But it's one of those, man, you got to embrace the fun. Because I was so worried. We went on a Friday night, we're 10-0, we're district champions. And I don't enjoy that moment. You know, it was fun. It was great. We're 10-0. I've never been 10-0 in my coaching career. It was wonderful. We're district champions. And I'm already thinking about the next Friday.
As coaches, we all know that leading a team through the playoffs can be an exhilarating yet demanding experience. The pressure to perform, the increased responsibilities, and the distractions outside the game can easily derail our focus. However, by implementing effective strategies, we can ensure that we stay on track and give our team the best chance to succeed. In this episode, we gain insight from 3 coaches who share what they learned from their playoff experiences that can help you stay focused and maximize playoff success. We're joined by head coach of Tiffin University, Cris Reisert, who brought the Dragons to the playoffs in his first year as a head coach and currently are ranked number 17 in the country in Division II. Head coach of Union High School, Kirk Fridrich, who's led his team to 5 Oklahoma State championships, and Plano West defensive coordinator Ty Gower, who was part of a state runner-up in 2016. What you see on tape is a direct reflection of what you teach and how you teach. Video is important, but if you don't teach well, you're not going to like what you see on your video. First Down Playbook has been helping coaches teach better for 13 years. It allows you to present installs, playbooks, and practice cards in half the time with NFL quality. Coaching tools like video pairing, a player app, practice schedules, and wristband sheets have made First Down Playbook a program management system with everything in one place. If you're in a position of leadership with your football program, receive a free 1-week look at First Down Playbook. Call them at 512-814-6158 or visit them on their website or social media. Mention Coach and Coordinator Podcast or use the coupon code COACH24 to receive a $100 discount off the normal $700 First Down Playbook team membership price. Links and the phone number are in the show notes. As coaches, we know that some of the biggest hurdles to our team's success can come from off the field. Your team needs support to tackle the endless list of expenses, uniforms, training equipment, travel, and more. But raising that money can feel like a full-time job. Thankfully, there's Vertical Raise. Vertical Raise is the premier online fundraising platform using innovative technology to create the easiest and most efficient system available. Raise more money in less time with a local fundraising coach who works with your team every step of the way to customize the ideal fundraiser. With options for online donations, digital discount cards, premium product sales, and even spirit shops, Vertical Raise has top-of-the-line solutions for every fundraising style. To find out more, visit verticalraise.com and we'll get you connected with an exclusive offer on your first fundraiser. First, Coach Reisert reflects on his experience during the playoffs and emphasizes the importance of delegating outside responsibilities to stay focused on the game. He learned the need to have someone manage non-game related tasks, allowing him to be prepared and make necessary adjustments during the game.
I popped back to our first opportunity to be in the playoffs here at Tiffin, and we were playing Kutztown, and that was the first time being a head coach. It was my first season, and I remember being so overloaded in the process of the playoffs and less overloaded in the process of playing a football game. You know, you're dealing with travel, you're dealing with the hoopla, and you know, you have all these extra meetings, you have all these extra Zoom calls, you have all these extra phone calls, and talking about all the things surrounding the game, but nothing to do with the game. And so, you know, I really felt like I took much longer in game to be able to make adjustments because I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be. I'd spent more of my time and my energy outside of the framework of the football game. So the one thing I learned from that was have somebody to be able to manage those things. They're less important than what's going to happen on that Saturday afternoon, and making sure that my schedule and my coach's schedules stay roughly the same throughout that situation, because there's other people that can manage the other things, and just having somebody dedicated to that ahead of time, that who that person's going to be in that meeting that you can't be at, or be in that phone call that you can't be at, to make sure that you have your team ready to play and you have yourself in the best headspace to go and win a football game. So it was more just being able to manage time and trying to keep my workload and keep my weekly schedule the same, and pulling other people to go help me and take some of that stuff off my plate.
Next, Coach Fridrich discusses the significance of leaving nothing on the field, which includes calling trick plays. He emphasizes the importance of peaking during the season, building confidence in the team by running those special plays early in the season and getting them on film.
One of the things I think is you don't want to go home with something left in the bag. And so trying to build up for our kids is, this is the time we want to peak. And you start talking about it week 1. We want to get ready for week 11. And that's the time when it starts. And you keep talking about it all year long so that kids know the real season starts then. But, for us, taking a mindset of, hey, we're going to let it hang. I mean, the gadgets that we have, whatever you want to call it, trick play or special or whatever the gadgets are, whether it's a special teams deal, we're going to run those things. And it just gains confidence. I feel like the team feeds off the head coach and the way that he attacks those things, and just letting those guys know that we're going to go for broke. And one of the things I think has been key for us is to run some of those things early, whether it's week 10 or the first week of the playoffs or whatever it might be, getting things on film so that other teams are having to worry about those things. And then our team just having that much confidence, knowing we're going to call these plays. We hadn't just been practicing. Now we're really going to call them, and you got a great chance of success when they're that confident.
Coach, I have to ask you, I certainly have my own approach to how I would handle and practice and get those plays ready, but how are you working those special plays? How long is it from that install of, hey, we got this cool idea, to we're calling it now in a game?
Well, I think it's a building process. There's a few that obviously you'll use throughout the year, but it's like installing any other kind of package you might have. You're going to have a base out of it that's going to look this way. You're going to have a counter off of it, and then some kind of an explosive off of it. And so we look at that, whether it's an offense or a special teams play that's going to be like that. And for us, we may work on something for 3 or 4 weeks leading up to. And again, it's just having the confidence, putting those kids in the right spot. And I know in one of our games, we knew for sure that they were going to kick off to this certain kid, and we had a Division I baseball player. It wasn't a Division I football player, but you just had so much confidence that he was going to be able to make the play or make the call whether or not to turn it on or off. Putting kids in that position of, if the look's not good, we don't have to run it. I think it's important. It gains confidence with the coach knowing that kid's going to be the one doing it.
We finished with Coach Gower, who shares his personal experience of reaching the state championship and realizing the pressure and lack of enjoyment he experienced. He advises young coaches to slow down, enjoy the moment, and not get caught up in the pressure, stress, and future outcomes, but instead embrace the fun and journey of a successful season.
In 2016, we went to the state championship, got beat, went runner-up, but how do I say this? It's not that I did enjoy it. It was fun, it was enjoyable, but you don't realize how special those years were and how special those years are. And we knew we were going to have a good team. We knew we were going to make a long run. Great kids, lots of talent. That's, again, why you play a long time in the season. But it was like the pressure of it. We were 8-0, 9-0, 10-0, 11-0. And it's like we couldn't enjoy it. At least for me. Now, I was young. I was, 28 years old at the time. And it just seemed that every week, every pressure, the pressure just mounted and mounted and mounted. And I'm not afraid of the pressure, but it was, am I really having fun? So I'm telling young coaches, I'm telling guys that those years come around not very often. So when you get those years, man, you got to slow down, enjoy it, and not worry about the next day. Just go to day to day to day to day. I remember practicing on Thanksgiving morning, and it was awesome and it was great. And I've got my script and my schedule, and I'm worried about this call and that call. And I didn't enjoy that, man. It was Thanksgiving morning. It was Thanksgiving practice, and parents and everybody was out there, and moms were feeding us breakfast. And so I look back at that time, and not regret is not the word, but I had a bad taste in my mouth I put my own self-pressure of, gosh, I don't want this year to end for our kids. I don't want this year to end for our staff, our school, our community. So if there's a piece of advice I give anybody is, when those years come around, man, really enjoy it. And I know there's going to be stress. There's going to be pressure. There's going to be those calls and those nights where it doesn't go your way. But when you have those runs and those playoff pushes, man, you got to enjoy it. And I don't know how to do that. To each their own. But you got to enjoy the journey. And I don't want to say embrace the grind. That cliche gets thrown out all the time. But it's one of those, man, you got to embrace the fun. Because I was so worried. We went on a Friday night. We're 10-0. We're district champions. And I don't enjoy that moment. It was fun. It was great. We're 10-0. I've never been 10-0 in my coaching career. It was wonderful. We're district champions. And I'm already thinking about the next Friday. I didn't think about, man, we're 10-0. We're having a great year. Our kids are healthy. We were healthy that year. And so that's a regret that I have. And regret it and wish I could go back and get it. Obviously, not just for the season because we had a great season, but for my own flavor, my own taste in my mouth. And that's still, 7 years later, 8 years later, it still kind of haunts me a little bit that I didn't really smile and enjoy it during that process.
The playoffs are a challenging yet exciting time for coaches. By implementing effective strategies such as delegating non-game related responsibilities, maintaining a consistent schedule, and leaving it all on the field, we can stay focused and maximize our team's chances of success. Remember, the playoffs are a rare opportunity, and it is essential to enjoy the journey and savor the moments of triumph. So as you lead your team through the playoffs, stay focused, stay prepared, and most importantly, enjoy the ride. Keep tuning in all the way through to December as we share insight on the postseason, as well as tips and methods for wrapping up the 2023 season.